As this is how you use a microphone. Sup peeps, so welcome back. I'm trying to have a proper upload schedule. Anyways, today I'm going to be teaching you a very simple coin trick which I learned, and it's called the muscle pass. You might have seen this in Detroit Become Human, and that's where it became quite famous. December Boys, another YouTube channel, very good YouTube channel for magic and stuff, has made a video on it. Definitely go check that out. They basically explain the same move. So you might be asking why I'm doing this video. I more so want to show y'all my experience learning the move firsthand. Alright, so basically the move is an anti-gravity defying a gravity defying move where you have a coin in your hand and then it just flies up like that. I first saw this move done by Apollo Robbins, a very well-known pickpocket. My English sucks. And I was like so confused. I was like, what? Coin fly? Oh, what? So I knew I had to learn. And then a few years later, I stumbled upon a video on YouTube that explained it. And yeah, I managed to learn it after 6 months. What am I doing in my life? Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to teach you guys how to do this move. And... oh! My beard! No. That hurt a lot. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to teach you guys how to do this move and a few tips and tricks I learned along the way to hopefully make your journey in mastering this move a bit easier. So yeah, let's go. Oh, don't do that again. Ah! So dumb. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to explain the idea of the move and in theory how it works. So the move looks a little something like this. I don't know if you caught that. Let me try to go a bit slower. Not that I can, and this camera cannot film slow motion because my iPhone died. Yay, thanks Apple. The idea of the move is, it's called muscle pass for a reason, because you're using the muscle in the meat of your thumb here to actually push the coin and shoot it out. So in the anti-gravity one that goes up, you just need to push harder and it flies up. Alright, so first of all, what you need to do is get a coin. Try and get a fairly large size coin. Some of my magician friends like buy $1 coins online, like American ones, because of the size. That's easier to do. But in my opinion, it's better if you use your own country's currency. Just find the biggest coin that you have, or anything circular and hard. Why? Because I feel like it's just more organic, right? If you're walking around your own country, you're not gonna find someone with a $1 coin if you're not living in America. Most of my viewers are from India, so find one of Indian coins, which is a big size. I'm using a 50 cent. This is what is in Malaysia, and it's the biggest coin that I own. It works for me. So the bigger the coin, the easier it'll be, unless it's like too big, then of course you can't do it. So what you're gonna need to do, just cut to the chase, you're going to have to train this muscle here. First, you need to find the sweet spot where the shooting will happen, right? So if you put it here, no matter how I squeeze with this muscle, it's not going to go anywhere. So there's an exact spot. You can kind of see it's a bit red here because I've been practicing this a bit. This exact spot, when I hit that spot, that's when it'll shoot. A note, you might want to get a mat or practice this on your bed, because my mom gets pretty annoyed when this coin keeps dropping. Yeah, I've got screamed at multiple times. Get a decent sized coin, and we need to find the sweet spot. That's the first step. So I've only trained this with my right hand, so if I want to experience what you guys are experiencing, I'd use my left. As you can see, this one cannot do the shot. But to find the sweet spot, you basically need to find a place where this fold of the meat will happen. And then that. You see this? Where the coin just goes up. That is the sweet spot, or around that area. Maybe adjust it a bit accordingly. If you can get the coin to flip, that's even better. So now, to train your muscle, what you're going to do is you're going to take the coin, find that sweet spot where it just folds just a bit and comes out a bit like that, and it can flip the coin, and you press at that sweet spot and then let your thumb touch your pinky. There might be other ways to learn this and practice this muscle, but this is how I did it. So, search online, search on YouTube, and you'll find other ways. But this is how I did it. Pressed, and I just did this. It will hurt. I was teaching my friend how to do this, and his hand went a bit blue. So don't overdo it. I do not want y'all to be going to the hospital. I won't be paying for your bills. So yeah, take care of yourself. Don't overdo it. Just press and touch your fingers together. You really want this muscle down here to be activated. All right. And then just do that for me it took a few months, to be honest. I just kept doing this when I was like watching TV or watching YouTube. When I was doing like my daily chores and whatnot, I just kept doing this. You don't necessarily need to press it down with the other finger, but I find that it helps in the early stages. But after that, you can just do this. You're gonna get weird looks from your friends, but it'll be worth it in the end, I think. So yeah, just keep doing that for about a month or so, and you're going to hit 2 milestones. The first milestone is when this thing can pop up just a bit like that. If it can like pop up just a bit, just like that, that means you're doing it right and you're progressing, you're nearly there, your muscle is getting stronger. And then the second milestone is being able to flip the coin with not that much pressure, just flip. And then if you keep practicing, eventually you'll be able to shoot it to the side. Like this. Start at a close distance, and then with time you can go further away. The coin is heavy, so it won't necessarily go straight. It will curve down a bit, because gravity. So put your other hand a bit lower down. The December Boys video did show them catching it with this 2 fingers. As you can see, just holding it is shaky for me. So if you want to be super flashy, you can spend an extra month or so, learn that, commit it to muscle memory. So then once you've got your side shots done, you should be able to go to flying up. Start very low, like just about this height, just nearly touching, just about a thumb's height away. Catch the coin. Catching is actually pretty hard, as you can see. And then slowly you can go higher. Let me try and get a better angle for you guys. Okay, so 2 things you want to try and avoid when doing the anti-gravity one. That is, you want to try and avoid flicking your hand up, this hand, because that kind of doesn't really sell the illusion that much. You want to try and keep the hand stationary. It's just this, really just this movement. That's all you want. You don't want any of this. And the second thing is your hand that's catching, try not to bring it down. That kind of messes up the illusion. So it's all these tiny little subtleties that will make it look much... See what I mean about using a bit? So it's all these tiny little subtleties that will make it look much better. You see, even I do it. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on, smoothing out those subtleties. Okay, so that's the basic idea of the move done. You can just take a few months, I guess, practice it, get it down, and then you should be able to at least do a side shot like the one in Detroit Become Human. Now here's a few tips that I learned along the way. First of all, how to get into the grip position, the sweet spot, so to speak. While practicing this, you might just, move it with your finger around. But if you're performing this to your friends, you're like, oh, is that a 50-cent coin? Let me try something. And then when you're like, let me try something, and you're like, let me just find the spot, boom. I mean, it's still cool, maybe, if you have friends. But it kind of doesn't sell the illusion as much as it can, because you're kind of revealing to them, sort of, that there is a certain method and you're not actually defying gravity. So it's best to avoid that. So there are 2 ways to do this. At the start, you can use your middle finger to kind of place it. So you need to practice taking your middle finger and placing it in the sweet spot. I don't get it 100% right all the time, but it's good enough that it kind of works. So you can be like, oh, cool, a 50-cent. Hold it, show it to them. Transfer it to your middle finger a bit. And then as you move your hand down for whatever reason, do that. So Apollo Robbins, I think he used the logic of, how coins fall down? Have you ever seen a coin fall up Well, I messed that up. So then right before you're going to do the move, you go down, put it into the spot, and then shoot. I'm not going to do it up right now because it's a bit of weird angle for me to do it. I like to do it closer to my body, but yeah. Alright, that's the first way of getting into the position. The second way is you can just move your hand around a bit like this until it slowly gets into position. It's a bit harder, but I think you can do it. Alright, so my final tip for this is practice. Before doing this move for people, before performing, definitely practice. Definitely have some type of script to sell the effect more. Don't just go up to someone and be like, ooh, can I have this? Boom. There's so much more that you can add to the effect. You can be like, watch. You can use the gravity explanation of things falling down and then things falling up. Or you can have an explanation of magnetic stuff, like there's a chip in my hand that attracts metal or something like that. This is what happens when you eat too much iron in your baby food. Ho 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 ho. Crazy people. So yeah, have some type of story behind it. Try to be original. Don't really copy people off of YouTube like I do. Yeah, alright, that should be it for the explanation. Quick overview again. Find the sweet spot. Practice by making a thumb meet your pinky. It will hurt. After a while, you should be able to make it bounce a bit. Second stage is being able to flip. Third stage is being able to shoot it across. And the last stage will be getting it up. And while you're doing this, slowly increase the distance between your hands in both directions, and it'll look much, much better. For the real pros who have been practicing this for long, they don't really have this, because this looks super suspicious. They can train their muscles to just move specifically this muscle. So there's no big movement, it's just that. I have not reached that level yet. As you can see, I am practicing because it would look way better. So yeah, that's the muscle pass. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, go back to outro, Hazik. Where's my camera? Someone please buy me a mic. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I have one more thing to add. I did come up with this idea quite a while ago. The muscle pass only works for round, hard objects. It wouldn't really work for a tissue paper, but I had the idea of taking the tissue and wrapping it around the coin. So now I have something to squeeze on to shoot up, which I did. Don't forget you have a beard, Mike. So I wrapped the coin up with a tissue, and then I managed to shoot it up like I normally would. It's a bit harder, but it's a cool effect that kind of tricks magicians. Some amateur magicians, I guess. You're not gonna fool the pros, they know. So yeah, it's just a cool thing I figured out. Another thing, if you're already good with big coins, you can start moving down to slower coins. Slower coins? What is wrong with me? You can start moving down to smaller coins. I think it's important because not everyone is necessarily going to have a big coin on them all the time. Especially in these days, things are going cashless. So yeah, be ready for any size of coin. But at some point, it does get impossible. If you're going to do it with a penny, you need some buff hands. And people work out all their muscles. I've never seen anyone work out their hands. So yeah. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you also in another video if I can keep up this upload schedule. I'm horrendously lazy. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. I'm not gonna speed away because I'm gonna tear my beard. Okay, now bye-bye. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Please, please, please. I need money. Bye.